Harper. Ms. Rediger will speak for 10 minutes. Ms. Harper will speak for 10 minutes. Ms. Rediger will rebut for 5 minutes. Ms. Harper will rebut for 5 minutes. And then I will circulate the microphone so that people can ask questions.
I'm sorry. No. Not anymore. Very
Kate
sorry.
Harper is presently a representative in the Pennsylvania General Assembly. She has been a representative since 2000. Prior to her General Assembly service, Representative Harper led the Lower Gwinnett Board of Supervisors. She has received numerous awards for her service on many county and regional committees and boards involved in protecting the environment. Representative Harper is a partner in the Timoney Knox law firm and one of the few Montgomery County lawyers to have represented clients before the United States Supreme Court. She holds a bachelor's degree from LaSalle and a JD from Villanova. Kate Harper resides in Lower Gwinnett with her husband and 2 sons. Mary Lou Rediger is presently vice chair of the Plymouth Township Council. She is a practicing home care nurse. Ms. Rediger founded the Plymouth Township Environmental Advisory Board. She has served on the boards of Southeastern Pennsylvania Red Cross and Fellowship House Community Center. In 2009, she was appointed to serve on the Montgomery County Parks and Heritage Services Advisory Committee. Ms. Rediger holds a bachelor's degree from Widener University. She resides in Plymouth Township with her husband and 3 children. At this time, Ms. Rediger will give her 10-minute presentation. Mary Lou?
Thank you. Can you all hear me right now? Okay, thanks. A little bit louder, it says back there. Okay. All right, you got it. I'm Mary Lou Redinger, and I am running for state rep in the 61st District of Montgomery County because I feel we need real change in Harrisburg. Unlike my opponent, I feel that we need jobs in Montgomery County. She was recently quoted as saying that we have plenty of jobs in Montgomery County. Right now, we have a 7.8%, or we're going close to 8% unemployment. The economy is showing that we need jobs. So some of the things my opponent, I feel, is a little bit out of touch. But let me tell you about myself. I am a home care nurse. I've been a home care nurse for over 5 years. I've also have health care experience for over 25 years in healthcare. I am not the typical politician. I just don't only knock on the doors, and I've knocked on many, but I've had the privilege to get behind those doors and talk to people just like you. I sit, as I have the privilege to take care of these people and hear their real concerns and their needs. So listen, when I get to Harrisburg, I feel we need to create more jobs, we need to do more for the environment, and we need affordable health care for all. So how would I create jobs? Well, we need tax incentives for small businesses. We know as a nation that our nation is run by small businesses. Under 100 people in small businesses run our nation. So we need to give tax incentives to these small businesses to encourage them to stay in our state and bring more people that are in-state workers. So we need to create jobs. We need to keep the industry in Pennsylvania. We don't want them moving out of state, and we sure don't want them to move out of the country. So we need to encourage more industry in Pennsylvania. Other things is the environment. We need to do more for the environment. Not only solar, but we need to do wind. It's been studied, if we do more for our environment, if we increase our percentage, it will create jobs. And that will help our economy. So affordable health care. Now, this is where I think a lot of seniors have a concern. How can we afford health care for everybody? How are we going to pay for that? Well, I know health care, and I know that there's a lot of waste in health care. You know, if somebody gets their hip replaced, that doctor's ordering the same test that your cardiologist ordered a month ago, or your primary care doctor. So they're not communicating. We need a central database for all our healthcare providers to communicate. I think you agree with me with that, because you're sent for tests and you're sent for tests, and they don't know that you just had that test, but you're not sure even what that test is. Preventative health care. Every day, I'm a full-time home care nurse. I go into these homes and I do preventative health care. And I do it for all ages. But we need to start this at the very early age. We need to prevent certain diseases. That's real important. And I think with just those two things, we can afford health care for all. So, again, a little bit about myself, and I think it was mentioned. I am a vice chair of Plymouth Council, and I was elected 3 years ago. And this past year, I was elected to vice chair. We've done some wonderful things on council. And I helped create the first environmental advisory board. That's saving the township money and also helping the environment. So we're doing some wonderful things there. Also, safety. We've just passed a no cell phone use while driving. You've seen people on their cell phones driving. It's dangerous. It's just, so in our township, we have that ordinance not to use cell phones while driving. Common sense, but we have to pass it. So, and we also did the lost and stolen handgun ordinance. Again, common sense, you think anybody would report their handgun lost, but we needed a law to say you have to. So we're doing some wonderful things. Budget, we're working towards a balanced budget. We do not want to lay off anybody. We do not want to raise taxes in our township. And we are doing it by spending more reasonably and looking at every line item. And this is what we need to do in the House. We need to do this in Harrisburg. You're expected to do it in your house. Cut back, put yourself on a budget. But Harrisburg is still spending. So listen, if we're going to be practicing in our own house, I want to make them do it in that house. So listen, I want to thank you all for coming tonight. Who wants to get back and watch the game? Can I see a show of hands? All right. And go Phillies. But I really want to thank you all for coming. I hope you learn more about me. And any questions, please ask. Thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. Redinger. Now Representative Kate Harper will speak for 10 minutes.
I can't speak without the mic, Beck, so thank you very much. Can you hear me in the back? Thanks. I am Kate Harper. I want to thank you all for coming out, and I want to thank Dr. Christine for putting this forum together. Did you have a committee, Peck, or did you do it all by yourself?
We had a committee to put the chairs out.
Okay, well, thank you to the committee who put the chairs out. As you can see, they're all being used. I believe the government of the people, by the people, and for the people works better when the people are engaged and involved. So by coming out tonight, you're doing your job as citizens, being engaged and involved, and being able to be knowledgeable and make decisions. In my time in Harrisburg, I've tried to listen to the concerns that were brought to me by you and your neighbors, take them back to Harrisburg and deal with them there. I do understand that most people in America today are afraid. They're not happy with the way the country is going, and they're worried. Your 401k plan, your IRA, I understand that. And I think the economy, despite the stimulus spending, is still like Jell-O. It's very shaky. It's not moving forward the way we're used to. Now, I have to say,